Hey everyone, Sure with Small Pets here. So I'm back here with the Bobo boys, and we have a little bit of an impromptu video. This is not one of my scheduled ones. I'm actually going to bump this so that it goes up first. But I had a conversation with somebody today, and it irritated me to the point that I was like, okay, either I irrationally get angry at somebody that I'm friends with, or I vent in a video that they probably won't watch. I'm going with that option because I'm an adult, and that's how you make grown-up decisions, folks. Anyway, we're going to talk today about animals and feelings, and this is actually going to go really closely with what we talked about last week with some guinea pigs not not enjoying being lap pigs. Anyway, we need to stop assigning human emotions to our pets. It drives me up the wall. We're talking about specifically small pets, but we like to attach human feelings and emotions to our pets because a lot of us, it makes us feel good, or it helps us explain things that we either don't understand or we're not sure about. And, it's really freaking annoying, and it's also not good for your pets. So that's why we're talking about it, not just because it's a personal pet peeve, but because it's actually problematic. The first thing that I want to talk about is you can't just say, well, I do this, this, and this because, it makes them happy. Okay, but it's generally happy in a human sense of the word, where animals don't really feel that. Like, it's not like a human elation. It's, and you know what small pets like to feel? Safe. They like to feel safe and secure. And how do I explain? A lot of us automatically associate human emotions to our pets out of just automatically. It's not something that we put any kind of real thought into, and we don't do it maliciously or anything, and that's not what I'm talking about today. For me, I think, unfortunately, too many of us give ourselves a heightened sense of self-importance with our animals by associating human thoughts and human emotions with them, and we over-intensify our necessity in their lives in some regards, if that makes sense. Like, for example, my herd of girls, really, like my girl guinea pigs, before people freak out about my herd of, female hamsters. But my herd of girls has really no use for me anymore. They have each other. They rely on one another for everything, like support, discipline, food, everything. The only thing that we really do for them as people, we provide the food and refill the water and clean them. They don't really have, and I mean, it's not like they're freaked out. Like, they're not scared of me. They'll come running up to you when you go into the room, and it's fine, but they have no use for us besides that, because they come running up, not because I make them happy, but because we have food. And I don't take personal offense to that. It doesn't bother me. But I also make sure that I'm aware of that, I think that's really, really important, that we understand our role in our animals' lives for what it is sometimes. And sometimes that means we put our enjoyment or our wants or our expectations of our pet ahead, or we accidentally put that ahead of their well-being. Like, let's say your pet, your small animal, would do better in a different environment, and we keep them somewhere different because we think they're happy, or it's actually because we like them where they are, and we think they need to be close to us, or they need our attention more than they actually do. Like if a person keeps a hamster in a small cage in their bedroom versus giving them a really big tank in their living room, let's say, because they say, like, oh, well, I don't want them to lose the contact with me. Okay, but they do better in a bigger cage, in a room maybe where you're not around all the time. Because, let's be honest, hamsters aren't small pets aren't fully domesticated. And it's really important that we understand how we can make their lives easier. And by easier, I mean, how can we make them feel safer? It's not about them being happy in a human way. It's about them feeling fulfilled with enough things to do, so that they're not, bored or getting unhealthy. And it's about them feeling safe and secure in their environment. And it's about them feeling safe and secure with what's around them also. Because, I live with a cat. You guys know I live with a cat. All of my hamster cages have secure lids. Now, does that mean that stops me from having more hamsters, for example? But it also protects the hamsters that I do have from the fact that they live in a house with a very capable predator. And it's not Rowan's fault. Well, we say capable loosely. He's got very short legs and very low motivation. But he's still a predator and he's capable. And it's not Rowan's fault. Rowan was in this house before any of these hamsters were even alive. And so he has, the right to his house. But my hamsters also have the right to feel safe. And my priority for them is always for them to feel safe, not, quote, happy. Or my favorite thing is, well, we do this because they love that. How? People like to say that all animals are sentient beings, and yes, they are. But we all often misconstrue what the word sentient means, and we like to think that all animals can feel the same emotions as us. But the reality is that what separates us from a majority of other mammalian species is that we feel empathy and love and that kind of stuff, whereas we can't possibly expect hamsters to feel that in the same human way. They can feel content, they can feel safe. Like if people are like, oh, my hamster falls asleep on my hands, or my guinea pig falls asleep on my lap, they love me. No, they feel safe. They feel safe and your lap is warm. And that's not me being mean or me like taking away the value of a pet, because there's nothing more fulfilling than when a hamster or a small pet or a guinea pig or when Merlin, if Merlin ever feels safe enough to do anything with me, I'm like, score. I don't trick myself into thinking he loves me, because he doesn't. But it's fine, This is a whole lot of babbling for a lot of frustration, but whatever. Basically, don't put human emotions and therefore human expectations onto your pet just because you want them to need you. Admitting that hamsters or small pets, I don't want to just say guinea pigs or whatever, but admitting that small pets need us for their basic needs and everything else is a bonus is not like a weakness or a problem. It's the reality, and it's once you accept that your primary purpose is to make them feel safe and healthy, it's actually way more fulfilling as a pet owner, because you're more aware of what they actually need from you rather than what you just want to provide. It's when stuff stops being only fluffy, basically. I hope that made sense. Sometimes people just really irritate me. That's the moral of this. But yeah, that's it. You just got a whisker photobomb, but okay. Anyway, this has been the Bobos, and be good to one another. Take care, everyone.